Welcome. Today I'll be reviewing not recent release, but this was a sorry, a locomotive that I've had for a while. They came out earlier, sometime last year. I've had the green one, the Army Air Force paint scheme for a while. I've done multiple videos with it. So I was waiting to get the silver one before I did the review. So let's begin. So I'm going to move these sideways so you can see the paint scheme on both. On the left is the Army Air Force paint scheme, while the right is the Air Force paint scheme. Now, in the set-wise, they have my Army Air Force classified as a B unit, but that's how it's classified in the set, but it functions as an A unit. If you're worried about going backwards, it's not going to do that. It'll still go forwards when you put a decoder in it. Now, I would say I love the fact this was probably my first stealth locomotive I got. That's from Broadway. So, and I was very impressed that it came with a speaker. All I had to do was put in a decoder, and it was good to go. That's one of the things I love about the Stealth series with Broadway, is they already have a speaker in them. All you gotta do is put a decoder. And if you want to, you can also put a Keep Alive in it. I haven't had an issue with pickups. This thing weighs quite a bit. To give you an idea, if you've seen the Pico, I'm gonna butcher the name of it. Give me a sec. Okay, I had to grab a book so I could try to pronounce the name, but it's the Cross Mafi. There's the name. Here's locomotive. Pico did a run of them, and one of the guys that visit the train store on Saturdays that I go to, he brought his, and they do weigh quite a bit, but I would definitely say this, that mine weighs, if you pick it up, I put his locomotive in my left hand, which is not my dominant, so it's much weaker, while I put my more dominant hand, held the Broadway with the more dominant, and I could feel a lot more weight out of my dominant hand than I did my left hand. So, I mean, they weigh quite a bit the same, but the Broadway does weigh just a little bit more, but the Cross actually has a little bit better traction because it has two extra axles, spinning axles on their locomotive. So instead of being with my Sharknose being a BB set, which is basically two axles on each truck, the Cross has three, so it's a CC. I know it's really weird how they do that, but I mean, I definitely say these bad boys run. My Sharknose run like monsters on the track. I mean, it has not struggled to pull anything wise I have. And my honest thing is the fact that I don't think I have enough track to really test its pulling power. So having two of these is probably very, very, very overkill. So I definitely say these really do perform. I haven't had any issue. The only thing I had was a rattle on my Sharknose, which was just the screws in the motor that just need to be tightened up. Because I thought I pulled too much with the T-bone. And I had twisted a little bit, and that's what the rattle was. Like, nope. It was just that the screws in the motor got a little loose. It just caused a little bit of a rattle. Tighten them up, and quiet as, just super quiet. So, I mean, that was like the only thing I had an issue with. But these locomotives run really, really well. And if Broadway does another run, or I come across an A-B set that's not sound, but another stealth A or B set, I definitely probably be thinking about picking another run of these. Because they're really good. They run pretty well. Haven't had any issue. Very beautifully designed. Just to give an idea with this one. Really interestingly designed. Probably one of my favorite Baldwin locomotives that they've ever designed. That's not steam. I should make that clear. That's not steam. Probably one of my favorite diesel locomotives. They just look really, really cool. They're very interesting to look at. Now, I know that Pennsylvania didn't. They weren't quite a Sharknose, but they had one that was a little bit longer. And it was instead of a BB truck, it was a CC truck. So it sat a little bit longer. I don't really know, maybe about to here, maybe spitball, but they had an extra set of axles on each one, giving it 6 spinning wheels on each truck. 3 axles, 6 wheels, depending on how you see that. But as I said, these locomotives are pretty good. I know I'm repeating myself, but what I can, if someone asked me if they should get ones like for the price, and they're wanting a stealth version, I would tell them get it, because they do run pretty good. I haven't had any issue with my Sharknose, and I'm interested in more. Probably words I'll probably regret later when I'm trying to find one, but I'm glad what I have, because they do run pretty good. And Broadway Limited should do another run of these in HO, with all the exact same paint schemes, plus then some more. Maybe some more legendary liveries. Not legendary, but fancy schemes. Sorry, I just did the unboxing for my previous locomotive that you saw in yesterday's video. So I have the Athearn word for their legendary, their fancy scheme in my head right now. But I would definitely say these two never, from my understanding, ever painted. But boy, they look such amazing in that scheme. Especially with the Sharknose paint scheme that you see on fighter jets and stuff. And what's even ironic is the fact that these were literally nicknamed Sharknoses. So, I definitely wrap it up, say, if you're looking for a locomotive that's pretty well built, not reasonably overpriced, something that can do tight curves, these would be a good locomotive to get. Paragon 4s, they're good too. I'm not complaining. I'm not the biggest fan. I'm not going to criticize Broadway, because their Paragon 4s are much better than their previous. But I like to be able to put my own decoder in. And these will both have Bunamis. I yanked the decoder out of this one to put it in my turbine while I wait for a sale for decoders. I know I'm yawning. Sorry. But these do run very well. But if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Let me know how I did. Comment. Tell me what I should review next. I take suggestions, comments. If you want to stay connected, hit that bell icon and subscribe. Enjoy the rest of your day.